So I think Umar Gul will be bowling 1 over. It's a very important over, of course. All right, the fielding's going to be the key. Both Australian opening batsmen are going to come and play this over.
Warner and Watson, so they're just going with the status quo of their opening batters of the Aussies. Warner number 31, Watson 33, and it looks like Umar Gul. Now the other thing about the ball is the fielding side can choose the ball from the spears in the box that the umpires have. And you can see clearly they're not going to go for a brand new thing. You're going to just have the spear balls which have been used. So Umar Gul, pressure on the bowler to bowl some great Orchids. You'd have to think the risk there of bowling a slow bouncer or having the courage to bowl a slow off-spinning or slow leg break type of delivery, as well as fabulous Yorkers. Certainly the order of proceedings with just an over, a super over, to see how many runs you can get and not get out twice.
Well, I think Razak has done a wonderful job by putting Pakistan in a situation where they can carry on and have a super over, because at one stage with no option, Razak hasn't bowled at all in this series. It was difficult to pick a bowler. Good job done by Razak. Credit must be given to him. And Umar Gul, he is under some serious pressure here. He's been in this sort of pressure before, no doubt about that. Would have been 6 tied before that. Here we go. Umar Gul bowling to Warner.
There's the Yorker. Great start, because the field is set accordingly for that type of delivery. So Warner with a single, which brings the right-handed Shane Watson on strike now. A little bit of aggro out there to Sahel Tanvir and David Warner, and a bit of the Akmal brothers, a little bit of chat, a little bit of blood boiling out there.
Why not? Umar Akmal was the one who having a bit of word with Warner, so one can expect it's bowling. It's the crowd pressure. Mr. Zaid Nalani, he's also feeling a bit of pressure. First delivery went for 1 run. Umar Gul coming up to bowl the second delivery.
Not ready is Shane Watson. There's a bit happening again on the bowler's arm. Well, local time, it's about 14 minutes away from midnight. Not many have left. They're on the edge of their seats. They have certainly got value for money tonight. Fantastic here, this. Super over in this crunch match for Australia. They need to win this to take it to a decider. Watson's ready now to face Umar Gul. And whips it away. We get a couple. Big boundary and big wide open spaces on the leg side. So just 2 more. So 3 from 2.
Pretty predictable. Umar Gul looking for the Yorker length, got it wrong, and picked up very nicely by Watson for a couple more runs. Well, I have a feeling that Australia will be looking at somewhere around 12 to 15 runs in between that to give themselves a chance. If they can make it more, they'll be handy.
Beautifully bowled by Gul. Spearing in the Yorker. And he's doing the trick. Only 4 from 3. Pressure on the batting side. Just tailing in a little bit. Searching for that in-swinging Yorker. Now field spreads differently for the left-handed Warner. third man is up. So is fine leg. And Umar Gul is wanting to change things here. He's asking Mohamed Hafiz, I want a man at deep mid-wicket but quite straight. Square leg is on the fence as well. So's long on the onside. Leg byes. As he runs or leg byes? Got a little bit of bat, says the ump. There's the first boundary in the super over.
Yeah, quick feet. Little flick of the bat and boundary for Warner. This was just outside the off stump. In any case, he just read it quite nicely, Warner. Important boundary. The entire crowd is gone quiet.
Oh, they're soaking up every ounce of emotion from this match. It's come down to a tie. I tell you, down under in Australia, it's almost coming up 6 a.m. on the eastern boardwalk of Australia. They need this Australia to take it to a decider. Down the leg side, there's the first wide of the night, and it's been bowled in the super over by Umar Gul. What a time to whip in an extra.
And he's lucky that he got away with it, because that was not the best of the deliveries. It was on the legs, it was in the zone of Warner. Lucky that he didn't get any bat on it. The way he swung his bat could have easily gone into the stands. Look at that. They've gone miles, I'll tell you that. Lucky that Umar Gul had to just give one run.
Can he make this count, Warner? No, he's hit it straight up in the air. Here's long off. Gone. Umar Akmal, after a little bit of bite play earlier in the over, gets his man. And you're going to have George Bailey come out for just one delivery of the super over remaining. It's been a pretty good over from Umar Gul. Just got the wicket of Warner. 9 runs from it. In the gap. Is it 4? No, it's only going to be a couple.
Back up!
So 11 scored for the loss of 1 wicket in Australia's super over. A dozen to win for the home side to wrap up the series.
I think he's done a wonderful job. Umar Gul bowled a superb over. Apart from maybe one odd delivery, he was spot on. A slower, short delivery. Warner couldn't really control the shot, and quite comfortable there, Umar Akmal. So the super over Pakistan have bowled went for only 11 runs. They picked up a wicket also. So it's very even, I would say. It's even, Stephen. It's not. I can't really predict that who's going to win. So who's going to bowl an over? That's the big question from the Australian team. I'm seeing Cummins getting ready. So Pakistan need 12 runs to win this contest of 6 deliveries. So the super over is to come.
Still packed in here. Expectation of a home win. 12 to get for Pakistan to win this super over and take out the second match of this series of 3 T20s. So much to play for the Aussies. Got to win this, keep the series alive, do not want to be down 2-0, and certainly do not want to lose the series 3-0. A lot to play for Australia. They lose this match in the series, they will slip so far down the rankings, it's not funny.
Well, it's been a real tough going for the Australians so far, although they won the one-day series, but it was a very hard-fought series, and they've lost the first T20 game. And if they lose another one, they'll be in a big hole. They are having all sorts of trouble. The important part is from here, they have to go for a World Cup, so they need a bit of momentum. So it's plenty to play for. They would love to win this game to make it 1-all before they get into the third one. Nobody has moved from their chair. They're just waiting and waiting for the result.
Atmosphere is quite extraordinary. Getting towards midnight local time here in the UAE. It's a fantastic crowd in, and amazing that it got to a tie, considering that Abdul Razak had not bowled a delivery in the series until he bowled that final over, the 20th, and took a couple of wickets to take this to a super over. Young Pat Cummins, he's been warming up there with some of the coaching staff with the mitts on, charging in, getting loose, getting warm to bowl this super over. Young man, he could have finished it with the bat, funnily enough. He got a low full toss just outside his leg stump. Unfortunately for young Pat Cummins, he hit it straight up in the air and was caught, hence the super over. Crowd, lots of crowd have stayed to add to this theatre.
Well, Danny, what will happen if the Pakistani will end up in 11 for 1? It'll be tie again, so I think the law says that they have to go back into their main game and look at what happened in that, how many boundaries been hit, and the team which has hit more boundaries will win the game. Combined, actually it is combined with this super over also, so they will have to count the whole overs. But let's not go there. Stick to this and get the result from here.
Well, we're a couple of bowlers. Let's finish with the super over. It's still tight. What about a bowl out? Just get the bowlers to finish it off. Run in and smash a few stumps over. In fact, they used to do that. They'd have a little bowl out and see if how many times a side could hit the stumps with your designated bowlers. Now then, Umar Akmal and Razak have been asked to go out and face up straight away for the super over. 12 required from 6 balls. It's going to be an interesting field set, this. Cummins with his good changes of pace and that in-swinging movement he gets. It's lethal at times, but it's not a new ball, so it's an older ball. And he is decidedly slippery, is Pat Cummins. Strapping 19-year-old with a bit of pressure on those shoulders. Here we go. First ball of the Pakistan super over. Slow one, beautifully bowled. Change of pace, the run out. It is all happening. Abdul Razak, he wanted to strike, wanted to run through for a bye. They're feeling it's still there in the stadium of the fans.
Well, he's got to be a little careful here, Umar Akmal. He's looking to bash the first delivery. He was nowhere near the bat. They've got to make sure that they put a bat on ball.
Straight down the ground. Cracking stroke for 4. That relieves a lot of pressure for Pakistan. Lovely clean strike from Umar Akmal.
He was looking for another big shot. Wrong length, wrong line for Umar Akmal, and he made a full use of it, didn't he? Look at that, right from the middle of the bat. There's no fielder there behind the umpire. Shows the right place to hit.
There's discussion here with the bowler and the captain, Bailey. He's really got to come up with a delightful in-swing Yorker. Back himself to hit the base of midland leg. Natural angle, but interesting thing is here, if you're trying to bowl Yorkers, you don't want your third man and fine leg up inside the circle. They are. So he's gone with that shorter one. And the run out is on. Can he get it? No, he can't. Akmal's furious with himself that he missed out in scooping the delivery over the keeper. They still scramble through though, and they've scored 5.
Well, that's a serious inexperience from Cummins. That was not the length you want to bowl when you're just bowling the super over. Abdul Razak is being given the opportunity and responsibility to go out there and finish the job. He's done well with the ball today, but can he finish it with the bat?
Well, the problem with that too, Waka, is that when you've got your third man and fine leg up, you really are telegraphing what you're going to bowl. It's going to be a slow tennis ball bouncer. It's going to be a slower ball rather than trying to back yourself to bowl a Yorker. Because as soon as you bring those two men up, you're risking too much to go full. And he's gone short and it's got pain. And it's another boundary, and they're running away with the super over. 3 to win off just a couple left.
It's nicely struck by Abdul Razak. They didn't bat in the last couple of games, but was up against it. Short, wide, and dispatched it for 4. They can feel it. The game is in Pakistan's pocket.
A discussion with the bowler and the captain, also a discussion with the non-striker. He's fairly pumped, and Dave Hussey had to go across to the umpire and have a wee chat. There's a lot being expressed out there, but when you hit 2 boundaries early in a super over and you're only chasing in the driving seat as the batting side.
They need wicket, the Australians. Otherwise, I don't really see any problem that Pakistan will have to chase this 3 runs after 2 deliveries.
Up in the air. Safe on the half volley. It's a single. We have come down to the last ball. A single will be another tie. Incredible, tied the super over on the half volley, couldn't get there. Dave Hussey. Now, of the previous 5 tied games, 3 were decided by the old-fashioned bowl out, 2 by a super over. Batters are having a chat. Captain and the bowler on the fielding side. Cummins and Bailey having a discussion. We're now into the 8th of September. It is after midnight. Good morning, everybody, wherever you are. Lots of discussion still going on with the Brains Trust. Cameron White, a former Australian T20 captain, talking with Matty Wade and George Bailey. So the message is being run out. Umpires are telling them to get off the park. And the extra men getting told to get off. Get on and just bowl this last delivery.
Well, think about the crowd. They're having a great time. They're nervous, no doubt about that. They're under pressure. Watch that. One thing you've noticed, nobody's sitting. They're all on their feet.
Well, they sure are. So every man, woman and child in the stadium. Some of the Aussies, yeah, they're just covering their faces up. Can't bear to watch, hiding in the flag. Australia need a wicket. Desperately need a wicket here. Two to win it off the last ball, minimum. We just need a tie here, been told. Pakistan just need a tie. The Tide Super Over. Because they've hit more boundaries, more combined boundaries in their innings. Australia really need a wicket here. Can Cummins do it? Oh, he's bowled a wide. The young fella's had a shocker. You get that. Pressure's told. So it's all tied. They just need a single here to win it. So Cummins needs to knock the stumps over.
That's a lot of pressure for a young Cummins. This is the first time that he has come in this part of the world. That was wavered. That was all over the place. The piece was up. We thought that they won it, but still not finished yet. Can Australia pick up a wicket to make it another tie?
Everyone inside the circle now, so it's got to happen. Scores are level in the Super Over, and that's all they know. That's what he knows now. He's just realised too, Hafiz, he can almost just block this delivery to win the match and take out the series. Cummins needs to rip a stump out. Here we go. And run out is on. It doesn't matter. Akmal will keep running through. They've won it. They've won the series. Have the men in green. Disconsolate are the Aussies. On the other side of the coin, they're out of their seats and the home crowd are cheering, whistling and loving it. Came down to a Super Over and Pakistan have held their nerve.
That's a great achievement by the Pakistanis. This is the first time Pakistan have beaten Australia in the 2020 series. Last time these two teams met, there was in the World Cup 2010 where Australia won the game. We gave that ball, and I tell you, last two games Pakistan played like champions. Still easy to achieve one convincingly and what a game this one was. Crowd in, and everybody had enjoyed, and we enjoyed this superb game cricket.
Same players come out, handshakes the two captains, Hafiz and George Bailey. So, nice touch this. End of international cricket these days. Handshakes on both sides. So be very disappointed, Australia. But you're going to have to say the better side with Pakistan. A little bit more dominant, just a little bit more explosiveness and X factor. And deservedly now take the series. They're 2-0 up with 1 to play. Umar Akmal gets a fuller one, tries to drive it through cover off the toe of the blade, and look at him go, scampering through. The run out was on. Missed. And he just kept going. Taking on Usain Bolt, and Johan Blake goes straight down the ground, charging through to the winner's take. Loving it. Very pumped and over the moon, taking this out just after midnight local time here in the UAE. Fabulous scenes, everyone out of their seats, loving it here in the Dubai Sports City. The Ring of Fire. Fabulous stadium. This is a great T20 International, the second of 3. 151 for 4, tied with 151 from 8 from Australia. And we had to have a super over. And Pakistan have got up to take out the 1 over eliminator. Be back very, very shortly with the post-match presentation and Ramiz Raja.